Miss Houston, are you there? Are you okay? I'm gonna open the door now to check on you, Miss Houston. Oh my God, what's going on here? Miss Houston! On February 11th, 2012, a multi-platinum singer and a 6-time Grammy winner, Whitney Houston, died at the age of 48. Her body was discovered in a bathtub in room 434 at the Beverly Hilton Hotel in Los Angeles. In this episode, we're gonna show you how and why Whitney Houston really died. Whitney Houston's remarkable career spanned almost 3 decades. Her albums are among the all-time bestsellers. She's the only music artist to have 7 consecutive #1 singles on Billboard Hot 100. That's more than what Michael Jackson had. So, how did such a talented diva end up drowning in a bathtub at some random LA hotel? Well, here's where the story begins. We'll start with a bit of a timeline. In the 1970s and early 80s, Whitney Houston was growing up in Newark, New Jersey. She was outgoing, loud, and provocative. A true rebel without a cause. A rebel with some serious talent, waiting to get discovered. In 1983, when Whitney was 20 years old, she secured her first record deal with producer Clive Davis and Arista Records, a major record label. And then in 1985 and 1987, Houston dropped 2 mega albums that shaped the future of soul, pop, and R&B. The rest is history. Sort of a Cinderella story, isn't it? Clive Davis and Arista Records turned that girl from Newark into a mainstream pop star and allowed all of her dreams to come true. Yeah, but we know that everything in life comes at a price. Whitney became famous in an era when record labels ruled the world of music. They made her the dazzling pop princess, but in return demanded that she acted a certain way, wore certain things, said certain things. She became their puppet in some sense. The problem with Whitney Houston was that all of that sparkling glitter wasn't the real Whitney. That girl from Newark was concealed from the public eye, but never gone. Pretty quickly, Whitney found herself in her own prison, living a double life behind the bars of her status and fame. Eventually, the pressures to be someone else led her to drugs. And once she started that journey, she never fully came back. Surrounded by the entourage of the yes people who supported her every step of the way, Whitney would get things she wanted or thought she wanted quickly and without too many questions. The rules were simple. If you're not cooperating, you're fired. This is very similar to what we've seen in Michael Jackson's case, which we covered a while back. Anyway, though Whitney entered rehab multiple times, things were not getting any better. In fact, they were only getting worse. Miss Houston, I'm coming in to check on you, okay? All right, I'm opening the door. Oh my Lord. So, what the hell happened that day when Whitney Houston died? What was she doing in a bathtub where her body was found? Let's go back in time. All right, it's Saturday, February 11th, 2012. Top musicians and celebrities from all over the US are getting ready for the 54th Annual Grammy Awards, which is just the next day. How are celebrities preparing themselves for the Grammys? Exactly, they're partying. Every club is booming. It's going to be a sleepless weekend in the City of Angels. Whitney Houston is staying at the Beverly Hilton Hotel in the heart of Beverly Hills. She's been here for a few days already, visited a few parties, and spent time with friends and colleagues. Probably not a big deal, but Whitney looks a bit disheveled and erratic in public. Oh, if only someone raised the red flag high enough. It was a big deal, actually. Now we know that Whitney wasn't doing well, and behind the closed door of her bathroom, she was going all in, doing drugs. Why bathroom? She liked the acoustics of the bathroom, she appreciated the privacy, and she enjoyed filling up the bathtub with water and relaxing. Her entourage knew that when Whitney was in her bathroom, she was twitching her nose and must not be disturbed. So, after twitching her nose, Whitney fills up the bathtub with hot water. It's time to relax. It's gonna be a big day tomorrow, and tonight she's going to another party. And then, suddenly, lights go down. Whitney's body is slowly submerging. If she doesn't get help, she'll die in minutes. But no one's around to help her. Ray Watson will eventually discover her body, but it's gonna be too late. What happened? Why did she pass out? There are 2 equally plausible theories as to why Whitney Houston passed out while in the bathtub. She could have passed out first due to the intoxication from drugs, or she could have had a heart attack and then drowned. The coroner's office reported that there was a bouquet of substances in Whitney's system, but she also suffered from a heart disease. The investigation concluded that drug abuse and heart problems were the two main factors contributing to the untimely death of Whitney Houston. On February 12th, the Grammys started with a minute of silence, as the audience paid their respect to Whitney Houston. The ultra-bizarre thing about this whole story is that 3 years later, Whitney's only child, her daughter Bobby Kristina Brown, would die in similar circumstances. This is something that we're still struggling to understand. But let's save this one for another episode. As for the story of Whitney Houston's death, this is how it was. Alright, if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you won't miss new episodes.